As Nigeria marks 65 years of independence, one thing that the country has continued to grapple with is security. Conversations such as decentralization of the current police structure, role of vigilantes, and enhanced community policing have been on for years, but implementation has been a challenge. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano reports.
Continuous rising incidences of regional insecurity has continued to raise its head, putting Nigeria's security agencies under pressure. Human trafficking, armed robbery, kidnapping, religious and communal wars have found their way into the country, taking security agencies unaware and unprepared for the task. Most vigilante groups emerged out of the need to tackle their peculiar insecurity or criminality, as the case may be, making most of them child of necessity. In time past, the Bakassi boys in the east, the north had Hisbah, and not forgetting Odua People Congress in the west. Maiduguri had civilian joint task force formed to help in the fight against Boko Haram. They were made up of mostly young men who had weapons such as machete, bows and arrows, and sticks. Their emergence was of great assistance to the joint task force at that time. Their approach to fighting criminality was termed crude, as most of them depended largely on charms, unlicensed firearms, and others. Most recently is the prominent entrance of Amotekun into Ondo State. Some argue that they are unprofessional in their approach, but like or hate them, they have earned the trust of the people they represent. Many have often confused community policing to mean vigilante, but Deputy Inspector General of Police, retired and now directing staff, National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Leye Oyebade, says there's distinct difference between the two.
In essence, is a strategy that the police use to prevent crime rather than being reactive. It is not complete policing. Should be if people are taking laws into their hands and people are using jungle justice. That is not community policing.
For retired Assistant Director with the Department of State Services, Dennis Amakri, and International Certified Anti-Terrorism Specialist, Dixon Osagie, state police or decentralization of the current police structure would be the best for the country's many security challenges.
With state police, the level of trust, increases, where the people in the community actually know the policeman. The policeman lives in the community. They know their names. They know their family. And then, of course, they will not hesitate to call on the police officer if there is something.
State policing will be very good for the country, to allow them to, take charge themselves and have an effective leadership system in place. We advise the country to decentralize our policing system. Like here in America, I tell you that they are practicing an effective state policing system, and it's working for the country. So if it can work for a country like this, I think it can also work for Nigeria. If I tell you that Nigeria is overdue for state policing, and the time is now.
Vigilantes may be successful in some areas, but replicating such as seen in Ondo State, in all states, they say is not the best.
It is like a stopgap. It's not supposed to be a permanent feature, not as a major issue like in Ondo State where they have uniforms, they do parade, they salute and all the rest. No.
This may just be the right time to take another look at the call for state police or decentralization of the current police structure. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.